Hi everyone, this is Garrison from Iron Kingdoms at War, and this is the first part of a tutorial on how to build an Iron Kingdom style house. The method I'm going to use was actually illustrated in one of the No Quarter magazines, so it's definitely not something I have come up with. There's a lot of great examples of people using this technique on the net, but I just wanted to give you a quick and tutorial like I always try to, just to show you how you can throw some things together. So anyway, what you do is you start with 2-inch insulation foam. Now some people like the pink foam, some people like the blue foam. It really doesn't make a big difference, but you do want it these nice thick 2-inch pieces, 2-inch thick pieces. So anyway, what you do is you cut these to shape. These are about 5 to 6 inches tall. You can be any length you want. This length is more or less about 5.5 to 6 inches, and basically you cut the two pieces, and you see these two pieces are going to come together to form the basic structure of the house. Right now that might seem kind of ugly, it might seem impossible that this will ever look like one structure, but it's actually going to work in the end. And if you keep watching the next steps, you're going to see exactly how it all comes together. But again, 2-inch foam. By the way, great way to cut foam is with just a really nice steak knife. I know there's foam cutting tools, electric knives and so forth that are great. You can see I didn't get a beautiful edge here when I cut with the steak knife, but I got a nice enough edge. This was cut with a steak knife here too. And in the end, we're going to have some rough edges, and that's okay because there's edges that we're going to kind of carve away to create a roof structure. So that's what I'm going to show you next. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is cut an angle for the roof of this structure. So we need to make sure that the angle starts at the same height on either side. So I'm going to flip these blocks so that now we're looking at the side. And you can do this with a straight edge with a ruler, but first of all make sure that the bottom pieces are lined up so that they're flush. And then anyway, we need to make sure that our angle starts at the same point on either side of each block. So about 1 inch from the top or so. Now you can do this with just a ruler, a straight edge, whatever. I like T-squares because you're always assured to get a nice even measurement. I'm going to mark a line on either side. So now what I'm going to do is, you can use a ruler. I just happen to have a nice paint stick. So I'm just going to draw an angle from that point to an apex where the blocks meet from the side, and also on the other side where we marked it. And then basically what we're going to get is we are going to get these pieces cut off here so that we have a nice roof, and then in the end what's going to happen is we're going to have an actual house shape. Okay, now I've got the roof sections cut off, as you can see. And it came off like that. Now you're going to notice that this is a less than beautiful cut that I have here. So I probably could have been cleaner and neater. You know what? It's actually not going to matter in the end, so if that happens to you, don't worry about it. Really, the only place we're going to need smooth sides are on the edges of the building in the end, because that's where we're going to inscribe some stonework, etc. But what I do want to show you is, before we glue these two halves together, I am going to make a chimney piece. Now remember that we cut off these pieces. We cut off these pieces from the blocks. So what we've got is kind of a natural angle here for a chimney. So I'm going to take this piece right now, and I'm going to just quickly cut off a piece. Now this is going to need a little cleaning up, without a doubt. I'm going to cut off an edge again. Alright, now again I'm going to sand this and smooth it out and etch some brickwork, but basically we've got the right angle for our chimney. Okay, so like that, so we can put that on one side. You could do a fancier one like in the middle or on the end of the structure. There's a lot of different ways to do chimneys, but this is the one we're going to use for this project. Okay, now what I need to do is glue this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my favorite white glue, and that's going to be Weld Bond glue. Now there's a lot of white glues out there that are good, but I like Weld Bond. You can get it at Michael's. It's made in Canada. I'm sure the Canadians can have a much easier time getting it. I've ordered bigger bottles over Amazon through hardware stores and so forth, but I just really like Weld Bond because it has just a great hold to it. So to glue these two halves together, it's as simple as it seems, if I can just get my glue flowing. Sorry. So you're just going to run kind of a circular pattern, nothing too excessive. Okay, like that. And you could have actually put the two blocks together before you cut the roof. That's certainly an option. I just wanted to do it this way. So we're just going to glue those pieces together, let it sit. Again, this rough top is going to be covered up with some shingle work we're going to do. These seams are going to disappear with some details we're going to add to the building. Oh, I'm already getting out of joint there. Alright, and so in the end, this is going to be much prettier, but that's the stage of just building the basic structure.